So where's snow now?
Snow is in Louisville.
Louisville. You know, I've been there a few times over the last couple of years, and it's become one of my favorite cities.
Yeah, I didn't realize you've been here more than once.
Yeah, 3 times
like
now.
when you go for work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I fly in there.
Oh, cool.
All right, so what has happened since we last left you when you were in Georgia? And you fought a homeless person, right?
A homeless person challenged me to a fight. Some guy.
Really?
Yeah. He was standing in one of the fountains, and I just looked over because it's not every day that you see someone standing in a fountain, that you're not supposed to actually be in. So when I looked over, then he's like, "Hi," and I was like, so I said hi. I was like, "Hi," and I kept walking because I was trying to go to CVS. I wanted to get some stuff for my room, and he's like, "Hey." So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep walking. I kept walking, and I walked for 3 blocks, and then I was waiting at the stoplight to walk across the street, and next thing I know, he's right next to me, and he's asking me all kinds of questions. He's like, "Who's better? Who do you like better, Michael Jackson or Prince?" And I'm like, obviously Prince, a few more questions. Then he looks at me, and he's like, "What would you do if I threw this in your face right now?" It was a toothpick. And I was like, "I don't know, probably cry." And he's like, "What?" He steps back, he's like, "What? You look like you could take me." I'm okay, well, I don't want to fight you, and I gotta go in the store now, so have a nice day. And then I went in the store, but I was like, oh my gosh.
See, coming from the big cities back east, how you handle it is you just ignore them.
I was trying to. I said, I walked away, and he kept yelling, "Hey!" And I kept, I was not making eye contact. I was trying to just go about my way. Never had somebody chase me down the street like that before.
You know what the other thing you do is, when they do start talking to you, you just talk to yourself and they walk off.
I should have just started talking to myself, so I did that.
They think you're crazy, then they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, then when I rode the MARTA too, there was this was not, they weren't interacting with me, but there was almost a fight on the MARTA between 2 homeless people, because they ride that stay warm,
Yeah.
And one of them got all mad because the other one was singing, and they didn't like the singing, so they were started going off. I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Everyone was laughing that was on the MARTA at the time. Jeez.
Shit. So then from there, so you drove from Georgia up to all the way to Asheville?
Yeah, well, I went from Atlanta to Athens, Georgia, which was cool. It's Flagstaff. It's a college town. And then I went to Savannah, Georgia, another cool spot. Then I went to Asheville. And then that started me in North Carolina.
How was Asheville?
Asheville was cool. The guy, I was asking one of the bartenders, I'm like, "So is everything okay, since the storm?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." He goes, "The downtown area didn't really get affected," because he's like, "The downtown area is like up on the hill, so it wasn't that part of Asheville that got destroyed. But he was showing me this video on his phone of the flooding, and it was like the water was all the way up to the bottoms of the trees. You know, like the whole tree trunk was covered. I mean, and these are like tall trees. You know what I'm saying? It was like up to like halfway up houses and stuff. Like, I mean, the cars were completely buried in the water. It was crazy.
Was there any the cars still in the water?
No, like the water's gone now, but like at the time of the flooding.
No, I mean where the river is now.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask him that.
Yeah. Someone told me that there still was.
Okay.
Done by that area.
Maybe. I mean, because the part that got destroyed, that's not the downtown part of that's not like the touristy part of Asheville. But I mean, there's still, when I was driving in there, they were still working on stuff like on the roads, and I'm assuming that was probably from the flooding, because it was like outside of the town.
Oh, shit.
Or the downtown part.
Did you go anywhere cool there?
Yeah, went to a brewery there. I can't remember that. Oh, it was that. I went to that Wicked Weed brewery place, and then and then just went to that bar that was like the Yacht Club.
The Yacht Club.
That's the name of it. Yeah, and then went to a couple of cool stores. That's about it. Hung out.
What did you spend 2 days there?
No, just one day.
Just one day?
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, and then the next day I went to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did you see cool there? Anything?
They have like this really cool whitewater park that I checked out. It'd be fun to go there in the summer and go back and hang out there. Like, you can do kayaking and stuff. It's like a man-made park, but it's really cool. I guess they have like concerts there and stuff. So yeah, that was cool. North Carolina is a really pretty state.
Yeah, when Charlotte, I used to like to go there because all the NASCAR teams are just north of there, so you can go visit the shops and stuff like that. And
oh yeah, they have tons of stuff for NASCAR all over the place.
NASCAR Hall of Fame is there, but I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, I didn't go there either. Like, I'm not a huge NASCAR person.
Didn't expect.
I know you are though.
And then, he went to my old stomping grounds, Virginia Beach.
Yeah, I went to Virginia Beach. It was really cold the day I went, so there was obviously there was no one in the water and no one really on the beach. And then it was it was sad because the day I was leaving, it seemed like it got warmer. But again, like one of the local people told me, they're like, yeah, the weather's so unpredictable here. It's it can be cold one day and then warm the next day. It was a fun town though.
And the cold there is a different type of cold because it would get into the 40s and it would seem freezing just because of the humidity in the air.
Yeah, it was really cold.
Did you see any dolphins?
Huh?
Did you see any dolphins?
I did not see any dolphins.
Too cold for them.
Yeah, they had they had the pier thing closed. The thing you could walk out, you know?
Yeah.
For some reason they had it shut down. I don't know if they were remodeling. You could only go right where the little shops were, right there.
Oh yeah, I used to go fishing off those piers.
Yeah, that would have been cool to be able to at least walk out all the way out.
Yeah,
on it.
You didn't even see the Chesapeake Bay Bridge?
Yeah. I went over the other one. I forgot. What did I tell you that one was?
Hampton Tunnel.
Yeah, in and it was like, yeah, I had to take like it was only a 2-mile tunnel on that one.
Yeah, then
Because I decided to not go to Maryland for the day. That would have added like a lot more driving.
So you
So
just...
I was like, yeah. So from there, then I went to Richmond and went to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum.
How was that?
And that was, yeah, it was cool. And then, so what had happened was I didn't technically book in Richmond, and I was like seeing if the prices would go down, because I was like, and that seems kind of high to stay in Richmond, like, you know, $250 a night rooms and whatnot. I was like, yeah, I'm like, and nothing's going on, right? So I was like, okay, I'll see what else is in the area, right? So I drove to Charlottesville, okay?
Okay, yeah.
The Charlottesville. Charlottesville's cool once you, like, get into the town, but when I drove on the outskirts of Charlottesville, there was this property that's right there by the highway. They had a Confederate flag that was bigger than their trailer. like it was hanging, like it was, they had it hanging like from 2 of the trees, from like tree to tree, and it was just massive, right? Which makes, that's where they had that whole tiki torch thing, and where that woman got, the first Heather Heyer got run over. So I was gonna, like, I went there, went to the downtown area, but I was like, man, it is so packed. Like, there's the college there. I forget which college it is, but anyways, there's a college there, and there were, like, all the kids were still doing St. Patty's Day stuff. They were all dressed up in, like, everyone had green on and was wearing, like, green beads and, like, you know, leprechaun hats and stuff. So I'm like,
it's a week-long event.
Huh?
Week-long event there.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't really want to do something like this, you know, loud and crazy right now. I'm not in, like, the mood for that. So I'm like, let me see what else is on the map. So I kept driving, and I came across this, like, small town called Stanton, Virginia. Like, it's spelled Staunton, so you would think it was Staunton, but they pronounce it Stanton. Like, that looks like a cute little old town. I'm like, let me go there. Go there, like, such a gem to, like, you know, get that lucky. Go to this little small town. I go there, and it's like, it is like Bisbee, but in Virginia. It's like the Bisbee of Virginia. It was so cool. Like, I was talking to so many cool people.
A little hippie town.
Everyone was just so nice. Huh?
A little hippie town.
Yeah. And they were like, they're like, Stanton's like, you know, it's a liberal town. I was like, no way, that's crazy to see, like, in, you know, parts of the, they're like, yeah, because especially with its history, you know, it was once, you know, it was part of the Confederacy and everything. So I have hardly seen any Confederate flags. There were some, like, in the outskirts on my trip when I had to go, like, kind of a rural route from, like, when I left Virginia and went to West Virginia, like, just, like, back roads to meet up to connect to the highway. But still, I mean, it's crazy. Like, there's more Confederate flags where we live, you know. And we weren't even part of it, you know. Arizona was a territory of Mexico back then, yet for some reason.
Okay, well,
very odd.
We've all heard of West Virginia. How was it?
West
How-
Virginia is... So I went to Charleston, which is their capital of West Virginia, and it's a rough city. It's like, it reminds me of like a giant Golden Valley or Golden Springs. It's kind of like that. It's a coal town. Oh, isn't that their fame? Like, is coal industry?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's in Charleston or not, but...
Yeah, I don't know if it is either, but like, the only thing I really knew about West Virginia to begin with before, going there is I knew that they were coal country. I knew that their senator was Joel Manchin, who, always irritated me because he always seemed to be the reason Democrats couldn't get shit done. Well, one of the reasons. The other one was like Kirsten Sinema. And then I knew West Virginia for that documentary, The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Okay, yeah, so that explains a lot when you see that. And then the crazy thing is, like, so Wild and Wonderful, that's their state slogan. You know how, like, Virginia is for lovers?
Yeah.
Yeah, on their sign when you drive into West Virginia, it's like, welcome to West Virginia, and then it says Wild and Wonderful. I always thought that was just a thing for the movie, for the, like, I don't know, I didn't realize that was their saying, but yeah, it's on their license plates too.
But
Wild and Wonderful.
But you see, like, the scenery in West Virginia, and it looks all pretty and stuff.
It is beautiful. Like, yeah, when I was leaving today and driving from West Virginia to Kentucky, there was, like, nicer areas when you got out of Charleston. It was just a very depressing town. Like, it it reminded me of back home. Like, everyone looks I shouldn't say everyone, that's not fair, but it looks like they have a fentanyl crisis there. There was a lot of people that I was like, they gotta get something, like, more than weed too. They're on something. They look out of it.
It's nothing how John Denver painted it, right?
Country roads?
Yeah.
The scenery is, though, man, it is they're beautiful states. Like, they're beautiful. Both the Virginias are beautiful states. They look really similar, the landscape and everything. But, yeah, because it's all, like, mountain and green and...
Were you, like, on the Blue Ridge Highway at all?
Huh?
Were you on the Blue Ridge Highway at all?
I don't think I was on that highway. I think it, like, took me a different way. I was mostly on the 64. The 64 going west. Like, that's what I took a majority of my time.
Yeah, I went through the western North Carolina part, and it was absolutely gorgeous road. One of the prettiest roads I've ever been on.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite part was when I had left that Stanton place and driving, like, through it was all paved roads and but you're going through, like, smaller areas. There were some parts where you know how, like, you can drive through a place where it looks like it's a tunnel. You're driving through, like, a tunnel of big, big, tall trees.
Yeah.
I just love that. And, yeah, the trees almost meet at the top. So pretty. Just so pretty.
And so you're winding down in Louisville?
Yeah. Yeah, I have tomorrow to go do a ton of exploring in this city, and then I fly back home Wednesday.
And what do you plan on doing tomorrow there?
I'm gonna go try to go to some museums and check out more of the town. I walked around a little bit earlier, but like I said, a lot of stuff was closed.
Did you go to that chicken place I told you about?
No, because when you told me, I was already at a place and I had already ordered lunch.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to go eat there tomorrow, the place you told me about, the chicken place.
Yeah, trust me. It's really good.
Yeah.
Be the best chicken sandwich you've ever had.
Yeah, and guess what else they have? Because I looked at their menu. They have boozy shakes. Like you can add bourbon to your milkshake.
Oh, yeah. You trying bourbon yet?
Yes, I had an old fashioned.
Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff out there.
I'm sophisticated now.
Are you
I finally have had one.
Are you gonna go to one of the distilleries?
Yeah, I want to go to like the Whiskey Row area, and don't they have like a bunch of stuff down there?
Yeah, I haven't visited it yet.
Oh, okay.
So
you've never been to the Whiskey Row or whatnot?
No, because I was, I had to drive back to, Indiana, so I didn't partake that much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you don't want to be drinking and driving. Yeah.
And you have to go to the Ali Center, one of my favorite museums of all time.
Yeah, I know. I want to do that too.
All right. Well, you're going to have to get back here, because we need to catch up on things. I mean, we've got. I sent you the message that we got from our guest, right? That's a big one, and he was none too pleased about the podcast. We have to play that when you get back. Yeah,
I know. I can't wait. we get razzed pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Who knew that guy would take time out of his day to listen to the podcast?
I know.
And even come on it.
He was like all busy golfing and hanging out with Elon Musk to learn what Elon Musk wants to do with the country,
Yeah. So,
you would think.
That'd be a good one. We need to save that, though. We've been getting all sorts of other trouble that we'll get into once you get back. Got it. So, how was your dining experiences overall on your trip?
Oh, pretty good. I've had pretty good food everywhere. You can't really go wrong with Yelp.
Okay.
You go off Yelp reviews, and the people always point you in the right direction where to go get the good food.
Okay, well, this was me the other night. I just needed to get out of town, and I thought, I'd just go out in the Laughlin for the night because, we can still get cheap rooms during the week and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I feel like some pub food. And I looked, and do you know the Bikini Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right in that outlet mall there on the bottom. I always thought it was kind of a dive bar. Well, and I guess it kind of is. But they looked like they had good food. So we go in. The waitress hands us a menu. And it's a Wednesday. And I'm like, I can't decide what I want. So I picked out, like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
And the waitress comes up and, who I'm with, needs hey, burgers with gluten-free buns. Awesome. Oh, we don't have the gluten-free buns. I'm like, okay. We'll just get it, with like a lettuce wrap, And I'm like, you know what? The Philly cheesesteak looked really good. I'm like, I've been like craving a Philly cheesesteak. So yeah, I'll have the Philly cheesesteak. Oh, we don't have the Philly cheesesteak today. I'm like, okay. Well, your appetizer platter sounds really good. I'll just get that. And she goes, we don't have the appetizer platter because it's Wednesday and we only do, the burgers and fries. And I'm like, so you're saying that I can only have a burger? No, there's other things on the menu. I'm like, okay, how about this? And they're like, no, we don't have that. I'm like, all right, give me a few minutes to look at the burger menu. I look at the menu, literally like 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'll just get that. Fine, whatever. She takes about 15 minutes to come back, because she was annoyed that was I had the audacity to say, "What? So you only have burgers?" you know.
Uh-huh.
So by that point, we'd waited long enough. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of this lady's attitude. You know, if it was one of those places that had like the sign, like you knew the waitresses were nasty to you, but on purpose, it was their shtick.
Yeah.
I would have been like, fine, but no, she was just nasty. So by that time we'd finished our margarita, and we're just like, no, we'll just have the drinks and go. And she comes back and she literally like tosses the check back on the table.
Oh my God, you're like, look, you guys were out of fucking everything we asked for. Like, yeah, we'll go find food somewhere else.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we go across the street, and Ray says, okay, I'll have the salmon. And the guy immediately goes, well, we're all out of baked potato. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
It sounds like Laughlin really needs to go to the store, or they need like a better food delivery service.
I blame the supply chain for this.
Oh, jeez.
It's the tariffs. Maybe. It's the tariffs.
Tariffs on potatoes are outrageous.
On baked potatoes, and you can't get Philly cheesesteak. Dude, and then on the menu it says, well, our Philly cheesesteak is, you know, a chopped prime rib, and I'm like, okay. And the guy said, right after the baked potato, he goes, oh, by the way, we don't have the prime rib either. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
I'm like going, well, does that mean I can't get the Philly cheesesteak? He goes, no, we got Philly cheesesteak. I'm like, but that's prime rib.
So did you end up leaving that place?
No, we just sucked up and ate it.
Oh my God.
But it wasn't bad. That place wasn't bad. But they were short staffed. It was only like 2 guys working. They had no hostess, they had no service. It was just like
what place was that? Or can you not say?
It's at Regency Casino, the little tiny one between the Edgewater and Aquarius.
Yeah.
And there's a little diner in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've had that. They've had decent food there before, and it was decent. No, I'm not gonna complain. It was just like the lack of, you could not find anything in Laughlin was kind of just like, jeez.
That's funny though that you go to all those places. Well, we don't have that. We don't have that either. Well,
and the whole thing was, in the first place, they had the regular menu, but since it was buy one get one burger half off, they had a separate burger menu. Now they could have just handed us the burger menu, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then it wasn't just us. The next table over, the guy orders a beer, and he goes, "No, we don't have that. We either have this, and it was some dark amber beer, or we have Michelob Ultra." And he goes, well, how about this? Because there's 10 beers on the menu. He goes, no, we just have these 2 beers. I'm just going, this is weird.
Yeah, that's really weird. That almost sounds like that's that restaurant's fault. I mean, like, how do you not know the things that you should be ordering? It's like, who's ordering this stuff here?
Yeah, and the place was decently packed for a Wednesday night at 5 o'clock, you know. Who knows? I do know we will not be going back there again.
Yeah, it's like, don't waste your time.
Yeah. All right, well, Snow, we'll let you go. We'll be back to doing our full-length ones maybe this weekend on it, so we get caught up on everything. But I just wanted to check in with you and put something out there for our audience. And we've got some very cool shit coming up in the next few weeks, so stay tuned.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
Okay, bye, y'all.
Okay, bye.